messing with some settings with OBS. Hopefully things work out perfectly how I want them to. Don't really see why they shouldn't, but you never know. You never know. Let's see, I forgot if I came from this direction or... No, okay. Because odds are you're watching during Ichthyus. Could you let me know if the music that was playing during the idle screen is still playing or not?
To conquer a city is one thing, but to do so with such a violence and cruelty is something else entirely. I will return every blow he has landed against my kingdom.
We are close, Prince.
And
So
if you
close.
could, do you think you could join the voice chat?
Suffer.
I like how the walking animation loop plays for transforming into Dark Prince. Even though he was already at the edge. And even though it's not needed, I'm gonna speed kill this guy, because it's more fun that way. So, yesterday or last couple nights ago, or whatever, I had discovered like the early beta footages of Two Thrones, which was actually called Fractured Blade or something like that. And the game was first shown different, but similar enough. Like the level structures were more or less the same. The only real difference was how speed kills were handled, and from what I could understand, like you could switch to the Dark Prince at any time, or well, not necessarily at any time, but like it required you to go through fire, and that paralleled the princess going through water,
Last line of defense. Fallen.
which
Men served my family well. With their defeat, this
okay, let's back up a bit further. Let's try that again. I'm not pressing anything. That should not have happened at all. Let alone 3 times in a row. And just my luck. Oh. Back here? But yeah, like... So...
Babylon's last line of defense. Fallen. These men served my family well. With their defeat, the city is fully in the hands of the vizier.
Okay. But yeah. Like, speed kills were more or less automatic as long as you were not detected. It would just happen instantly, and it was like a gruesome-ish kind of kill. and the whole fire and water
Oh, they do not seem to like them.
has, you know, like
Lead them into the light. Strike while they are
there's, yeah, it's like similar, you know, like the parallels are there, you know, and Lightprint's design was similar to that of how he looked in Warrior Within, same with Kalina, and Darkprint's looked different. And I was watching one of the E3 videos, and like one of the developers that was talking about it mentioned that like the dagger tail was actually called the chain, and he was like very excited to call it, you know, to say the chain, and that I laughed at that when I watched the video on YouTube. Because seriously, dagger tail, much better name than the chain. And from what I could tell, you could actually use the dagger tail or chain to, you know, not necessarily swing down, but like throughout the game you would find chains you can hang from. So yeah, you would hang from the dagger tail at any like, pole or plank or whatever, instead of the specific locations that the game determined for you. Could've sworn there was. Oh, okay. I messed up. I messed up big because I wasn't paying much attention. That was stupid of me. Let's. Nope. Okay. I'm probably gonna die here, anyways. So why not? Why not? How far back am I anyway? Oh, okay. Reasonable. Perfect, even. Okay. Yeah, pro tip. Do it from the beginning. And
I came offering power, and this is how you respond. Say,
okay.
join your brethren in the afterlife.
There we go. Not difficult at all, and this is the room I was thinking of as the next health upgrade. And of course, we have another glitch. If I had the free camera control, I would... Oh, the head is gone. Okay then. So yeah, like, there were noticeable changes, but for the most, from that E3, and when it was, again, it was like fractured time or something like that. There's some sound in game, not I don't know to stream, but in game for sure. Ow. I like how the prince has perfect blocking. Interesting, to say the least.
Every time I reach him, he slips away. Why will he not just stay and fight? It would make things so much simpler.
It is not always about combat, Prince. Some battles are waged in other ways, on other terms. I fear we have underestimated our opponent. Let us not make the same mistake a second time.
Trying to remember. No, it's here. I want to say, even though. Crap, I don't. Yeah, I'm going with. We go up for that upgrade. Crap baskets. Why can't I fully remember it? It is this room. And the whole... Yeah, it's...
Babylon had finally fallen, and none were left to come to the prince's aid. He was now the city's only hope. If he failed, his entire world could be lost. For the vizier was not content to simply be a king. No. He fancied himself a god. The question now was whether the prince realized the position he was in. And if he did, would he accept this responsibility? Would he become a hero?
Okay, so seeing as that part was narrated, when I hit the trigger, yeah, I was, yeah, okay, I remember, yeah, this is indeed correct. Yeah. Almost missed this one. Ooh, I love I love glitches. No, but I love how this is handled with this one. It's not really a puzzle, it's just boom. And yep, floating prince once again. With my luck, I actually did miss the health upgrade somehow. That's just how it always goes. And now we have to climb up again. Luckily, we don't have to fight again. Just this. Climb. Okay, I guess Ichthyus isn't actually watching if he hasn't responded yet, or if that at all. I mean, the music shouldn't be playing still.
Babylon had finally fallen, and none were left to come to the prince's aid. He was now the city's only hope. If he failed, his entire world could be lost. For the vizier was not content to simply be a king. No. He fancied himself a god.
I love it. How
The question now was whether the prince realized the position he was in.
I love how I triggered that twice.
And if he did, would he accept this
Would
responsibility?
I count that towards a glitch?
Would he become a hero?
Or not? That's. I mean, technically, but. And I still don't have a
Should I
counter.
continue from here when we return?
That's like a hub, not a HUD of sorts. Is something I plan on adding
Are you all
next.
right?
He has escaped. And you? What of the troops?
Don't know what exactly I would
All dead.
include on that.
But I saw the vizier, or whatever it is he's become. He flew towards
some
the palace.
Guesses,
we know where to go.
some suggestions.
All right. But I seem to be, well, stuck. Could you find a way to
But
open
I
this
want
door?
to leave them a
I understand the
secret.
principles of courtesy, but I think you take things a bit too far.
I know. Boop, 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 boop. Boop. I. Here's a fun little speed kill. A new enemy type for speed killings. And something I wanna. Yep, okay. So let's analyze these two. Because oh, what? I thought, okay, I'll screw it. And so yeah, these guys. There's one enemy type that requires 5 hits for the speed kill, 5 strikes, whatever. And I like having 2 daggers, but not necessarily. They're not, yeah. And okay. Maybe I can. Let's see. There may or may not be. I feel like I can do something here, shortcut wise. Doubtful. Yeah, range is a little too far. What else? Yeah, still wouldn't do anything. Alright, I mean, wouldn't help in any way, but is it possible to get? Don't mind me. I'm just doing experiments that 99% have a 99% chance of failing, but it's still fun to try these different things. Okay, yeah. I had something in mind, just would not work out at all. Ah, did not mean to drop down. Now, okay, this is the probably the most interesting speed run in the entire game, at least for me. And this is why I would also love to have the regenerating sands, because for experimentations wise, and there's a little glitch you can do here that particularly helpful, but still something you can do. Now, as you notice, the back two guards are not moving at all. It's only this third one that is moving. I think with those two you can get a double speed kill, and he is the guy that requires 5 hits. So, first, yeah. See, for whatever reason you can jump a bit higher. So, knowing he takes 5 hits, that guy, and he, what, like 2 or 3 hits, doing a potential double speed kill, he should notice by doing the 5er. He may notice, and he very well could easily notice. And that's, yeah. Yeah, nope. That's okay. Beneficial. And more time wasted than necessary. Speaking of wasting time, that won't do anything. That just gets me hurt. Yeah, that's what you wanted to do from the get-go, and another speed kill opportunity. And this one, you can't really go back and forth for an optimized location to really, to really analyze them. Basically, once you come over here, you're committed. For that sweet, sweet double speed kill. And here we have 2 buttons. And yeah. That just opens up the door for Farah. You know, she'll give us.
Thank you, Prince.
Of course. The problem is, now I am trapped.
Just like a woman. Solving her problem creates a new one for you.
Allow me to return the favor then.
Gotta love the Dark Prince. You don't always have to agree with what he says to love him, but gotta love him.
You were saying.
Go on then.
So let's get injured. And yeah. Do more pull-ups. Why not? The prince loves his pull-ups.
I hope Farah is all right.
You are spending way too much time looking after the girl. Is this necessary?
You sound upset. Are you jealous?
Just focus on getting to the palace.
Okay, both princes are pretty good. Cool. But yeah, I discovered the old E3 videos because I was looking for some two-throne glitches to try for fun, you know. And I noticed an old thread when I Google searched, asking what happened to that version of Two Thrones, and
Is
yeah,
this where I should resume the tale? I will continue my story from here
that
next
little
time.
bunny trail. Now, in theory, the prince can easily get to that pillar, the beam, and be perfectly fine. But as we see, even a short did not mean to do that. But even a short little wall run is too long for the prince. And in fact, so I accidentally wasted 2 sands when I meant to use 1. And of course, we can't just drop down and... Oh. In the other game, we could. So now, I only have 2 sands, and I always like to leave 1 as a just in case. So let's actually just...
There you are.
Keep your voice down.
Let's actually
There
just
are enemies below.
move on.
Let's see if you can do something about these prints. I cannot get past
Enemies below?
Do you understand now? This is the sort of thing that slows us down.
Oh, you mean over here? There's enemies below. Okay. And this is another interesting little speedrun moment, because we have 3 guards. One clearly walks back and forth and looks at the guard that's, you know, stationary. So we're gonna kill the stationary one first, and this guard will walk back, stare at nothingness, and he won't even react, and it's funny. At least I find it kind of funny. More so than when I was a kid when I first played this, but still. No reaction. I mean, again, 2005, but still. At least have some kind of reaction. Like that. I mean... You don't really need to wall run. Jumping is still also good, but I like to wall run. Hands. It's good. This, yeah, I'm gonna refill. Okay. Back to max. Minus -1. Good. Not unlock it yet. And yeah. And now enemies have spawned here. And I'm certain there is a way to get down here, shortcut, via a shortcut. And getting it all, you know, in a speed kill here is going to be interesting. Because I need to figure out who does what and when. So let's start with the least interesting guy. From what I can tell, he just turns around once in a while. Yeah, okay, so these two have a staring contest. He loses, so he walks away. Has a staring contest with that guy, loses, and goes on to the third guy. So at this point, I can easily get him. So, wall run, climb, up. And then, yeah, that's an issue. So okay, now he's taken care of. Those two are having a stare down, and I think they're too far away for. Besides this, so that's. Nope. Okay, that still worked out in the end. Okay, now before I go for yeah, he none the wiser. Hopefully this still works out. There we go. His sword and lose it 2 seconds later because we're gonna go to Dark Prince. I know this game, and of course we get the useless, useful sand credits. It's really needed to see the drop. And I'm calling bullshit on that. It's the leap mainly.
I can see the palace from
She's
here.
no prince of
Make your way
Persia.
to me.
She, no. Only the prince could have made that leap. Only the prince. No one else. So, that's the intent. But, what if... Could we, in theory, go backwards? Because this game is a very forward-driven kind of game. Ironically, seeing as we can rewind time. Yeah, okay. Did not need to do the thing I wanted to consider doing. So, yeah, you can go back. I was gonna try to use the crate, but that's not necessary. And I thought part of this would have like the enemies would have respawned or something. No. Let's see. And boom. Because it's completely unnecessary. And why not when you have infinite sands, huh? Seriously. Why not? Figured. Always worth a try to experiment. Had a dodge roll there.
At last, we have returned.
Did you hear that?
If you know what is good for you, say no.
Farah, we must press on. I am sure she will be all right.
Are you mad? She was begging for her life. She said there were others.
No, we can afford no more delays.
Good. Put her in her place.
These are your people.
When I was first playing this game with my Stone Age computer,
That man has taken everything from me.
during this
Now
cutscene,
that I have the opportunity
the
to
audio would have
delay
been
me? Have you
it would have been
forgotten what he did
ahead
to
of
you?
the actual
But
animations.
You are burdened by a guilty conscience, Farah. He made you watch. as
So
people
it was
suffer.
really
You need to
off-putting,
aid
and it really showed in this
Do not let it
cutscene.
cloud your judgment.
Although it
It is not I who
wasn't
sought
really
to cloud your
obvious at all that
judgment.
there was a delay.
You cannot stop me.
I go to kill the vizier to end this, while you run about applying bandages to axe wounds.
Good riddance. It's been nothing but a distraction. Always getting in trouble and slowing us down. Finally, we can... What?
Something could happen to her. I cannot lose her again.
No! You're so close.
And of course they make it impossible.
Farah,
Impossible for you to get back up. As you're using a trainer that allows infinite wall running. Or
someone other than
A
himself.
glitch, I guess. I'm sure if you were able to get back, you would find empty space. Nope, did not.
Should I continue forward then?
Not mean to do that. Yeah, it's starting to look like there's empty space. Maybe on both sides. So, yeah. Yeah, that's... I don't know if I want to count that as a glitch or not. But infinite sands are back. No, uneven. Okay. Nope. Okay, game. Part of me is still thinking of Forgotten Sands logic and wall running skills, which this prince totally should have, but he doesn't. And once again, the prince was leaning before he mysteriously backs up, walks back to turn into the Dark Prince.
I cannot let Farah see me like this.
Yes, you can.
Worried she will prefer the new you.
John's skin, glowing eyes, melted face. I'm sure it will be love at first sight.
Fun fact, you don't really need to fight all these ladies, but I'm going to, at least a fair amount. If you're also inclined, you can just take your escape now.
Better luck this time.
So, yeah, and that's what I'm totally gonna do now.
Is this necessary?
Yes.
You're sure?
Nope.
Yes.
Fine. Waste your valuable time rescuing the princess. I can only imagine what the vizier is doing right now. Probably expanding his army, torturing innocent citizens, deciding what kingdom to conquer next. What he should be doing is dying.
I have not forgotten my mission.
Could have fooled me.
But these ladies, I'm gonna kill. And these ones too. Why not? Why not? Okay. I timed that perfectly, seems. We all know my timing skills aren't that great. Are they? I'm just leading y'all on to think I suck at timing. Boop. Boop boop. Now, the Dark Prince, don't really experiment too much because of the health drain, which I did not notice at all in the E3 presentation.
I really expected quite a bit more from you. On the island of time, you were so focused, so dedicated.
So selfish.
Nonsense. You were simply trying to protect what was yours. Where's the harm in that?
Look around. All of this destruction is my doing.
The prince really needed a Farah in his life. And I'm gonna let him shoot at me before I wall run. Yeah. Ow. Ow. You're dead. And Light Prince time again.
Traipsing through a brothel while your city falls apart. That's not what I call heroic.
I am here for Farah.
You're not here for her. You're here for you. She made you feel guilty, and you hope to prove her wrong. Our reasons for being here are hardly selfless.
You do not know my motives, and you do not know me.
I am you. And the sooner you realize it, the better.
The dark side is you. Oh, can't really do anything there.
Farah!
What do you want?
That's too high for the prince.
I have thought
It
about what you
should
said,
be.
and you are right.
Can't you see we're in the middle of a conversation? If you really do desire death, kindly wait your turn.
Yeah, and she too.
I have killed most of the guards. It should be safe.
She too
Go and
was
find the
in the
women.
beginning.
Free them. I will deal with her.
Let's see. Is that really? No. Okay, my bad. It just looks like it was a little too high.
Wonderful work. You return to save Farah and then send her back into the thick of it while you run after this one.
Shall I continue my story from here if you are called?
You know as well as I do that the brothel is no longer dangerous. But if I do not kill that sand monster, she will pose a threat to Farah.
Yeah, she's the high defense kind of boss. And I love this music. I love all the songs in this game. First two, at least.
No, not now!
At least this animation's different, and he doesn't just walk out of, for no reason. And there's a trick to this part 2 of the boss fight. And there's a...
You should consider following her.
Yeah, the trick is slow down time, because otherwise she's going to jump across fast before you can actually hit her.
Were you planning on giving chase, or do you want your enemy to escape?
And that's also why these sand creatures are spawning. Not only to give you health, back, but to give you sands back. So worst case scenario, if you're low on sands, just go back and forth to get them back. this one heal me. Oh wow, did not expect a one shot. And you're basically gonna defeat her on this square of the battlefield. More or less. Or that's how it always has been for me. This time might be different, but we'll see. Yeah, she like it's programmed for her to go to that side for the final blow.
You waste your time. The Vizier has already begun to transform the wind like a peasant. You buy yourself hours of rest.
If I had some sands for every time someone said that. Oh, I do.
The women are free and headed to safety. It was right of you to return. Prince? You're one of them?
No, Farah! This is not how it appears!
You're a sand monster. You lied to
No,
me all this time.
not really.
No! I have been tainted by the sands, this is true. But my mind and my heart are my own. Please believe me.
Stay away from me.
She cares. Aww.
Is this where I should resume the tale next time?
And yeah, now we're basically going back to from where we came from. Oh, did not mean to do that.
Well, you did lie.
No, but
No, I simply...
Yes.
But you would not understand. Was I thinking?
not telling isn't exactly lying. Just not. It's just you not telling. And I was mistaken. It always looks like that's the direction it came from, but it's not. My bad. But still.
Poor prince. His secret self had been revealed, and Farah quite disturbed by what she had seen. Perhaps he should have been honest from the beginning. Too late he realized his mistake in staying silent.
I mean, I might be wrong here, but to me, just staying silent. I mean, it can be bad, but I wouldn't really call it lying. I mean, it's like saying I'm lying to my friends and family by not telling them I'm a brony, and that just does not make sense. I mean, unless I'm missing something here. And I just don't know. Funny you could do that infinitely. Yeah. You know, it's kind of odd doing this platforming as Dark Prince, not Light Prince. kinda. I mean, he's done his own platforming and all that, but still, it's just weird to me. Boop 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 boop. I don't really have anything to say, but this is a big empty room. And it's somehow connected to the outside.
Farah, wait!
Had I really seen her? There's something I really want to add to the chat and Discord, but string.
Shall I continue my story from here if you are called away? The prince cleansed himself in the waters of the fountain. Though returned to a normal body, the same could not be said for his mind.
But his mind and soul, body, whatever, is still his own. And yeah, this is kind of annoying because sometimes you'll wall run this when you just want to grab on the okay, that was quick. Yeah, it's rather, you know what,
I am happy to wait. I have all the time in the world.
I'll be back at something to settle. Sorry, people were talking about koalas, and I just remembered Mitch Hedberg joke about koalas, so I just had to say my thing. So yeah, koalas, and and this is kind of a dick move when it comes to speed kills because you have to. yeah, basically, you have to know that they're above you and all that. And then there's this guy. I feel like I'm missing something here. Like a health upgrade. I always feel like there's another health upgrade in this room. Game? It would. It would surprise me if I missed a health upgrade.
Do you see now? The change was physical, nothing more.
Why should I believe you? Everything you have done contradicts this. I have seen the way you hunger for combat. You take pleasure in creating death. Your constant talk of bloody vengeance. Your cold disregard for your own people. You heard the women in the brothel as clearly as I did, yet you turned away.
But I came back. I came back. For you.
You are a prince in title only. Go and reclaim your throne. But know this. You do so alone.
You certainly have a way with women. Those you don't get killed can't get far enough away from you.
I was gonna say, ooh, look, a chain. Time for Dark Prince or shenanigans, but that's not the case. 'Cause the Light Prince can use them, and I know this is not the first time he used, and it's just been a while. How? Okay. Okay, I get it now. Of course, these little buggers to deal with. Ow! That certainly looked brutal. Oh, and before I forget, even though they're basically pointless, I mean, they only unlock like the concept art and the like, but still. People in Discord or going to town. Just like a chat war sorts. Really, game? And how pointless. Okay, not pointless at all. I sure do love me those double speed kills. They're a lot of fun.
In my youth, I would often lose myself in the back alleys of the upper city. I spent hours running and tumbling, imagining myself all manner of creatures. The rooftops and passageways were secret windows onto other worlds. But now everything has changed. The color bled away, and the sounds of life replaced by a heavy stillness. It has all gone dark and bitter.
Nope, let's... wait for the guard to return. Wait for these guards to calm down, and that one is stuck. This may have screwed me over. For a perfect speed kill. Yeah, it basically screwed me over. And it's too late to undo now. Yeah.
Well done, Prince. Your inaction has allowed them to call for reinforcements.
just some tightrope walking here, unless I'm willing to admit defeat, which I only will once I'm out of sands. Speaking of which, I just ran out of sands. Alright.
In my youth, I would often lose myself in the back alleys of the upper city. I spent hours running and tumbling, imagining myself all manner of creatures. The rooftops and passageways were secret windows onto other worlds, but now everything has changed. The color bled away, and the sounds of life replaced by a heavy stillness. It has all gone dark and bitter.
This is why you wait, kids. And yeah, that's also what happens if you mess up the timing on the speed run, the speed kill, I should say. The guard will grab you and throw you, and you go into normal combat. And let's hope he doesn't get caught on nothing again. Now that I think about it, I probably could have actually done it. So. Oh well. I'm trying to think. If I actually did miss a health upgrade, I can just go back and could have sworn that one room contained a health upgrade. I would catch up off screen, but
The palace is close. Let us at last be on our way.
The prince was finally forced to accept the fact that Pharaoh was lost to him, and that he alone was responsible for this. Had he not hidden the truth from him? Is this where I should resume the tale next time? Had he shown more compassion, then perhaps things may have gone another way. But now it was simply too late. In spite of this, or perhaps because of it, the prince found himself profoundly affected by Farah's earlier words and deeds. They had wrought a change in him, slowly supplanting the dark demands of his ruthless alter ego.
I mean, missing a health upgrade, not too bad. I just like getting all of them. And yeah, it just kind of bothers me if I did miss one. Yeah, not the end of the world.
You've been so quiet. What's on your mind?
Perhaps she's right.
Where is the prince I used to know? You are a hardened warrior. Stop being so sentimental. It's not like you.
Were it something I could push away or ignore, I would.
You must try. What lies ahead will be the greatest test you have yet faced.
Alright. 'Twas worth a shot. Now, interestingly enough, you don't necessarily have to fight, you just have to activate that little trigger over there, and you'll be fine to a degree. And of course, there's also speed killing. I honestly don't know the most optimized method for speed killing. This and the next one or two others. So yeah. If I get an optimized, I get an optimized. If I don't, there's gonna be fighting. I'm gonna try here. Probably could have gone a double this way, but I didn't. So there's that. Yeah, okay, I got all of them. Did that actually connect or no? I am really curious as to what my friends are saying on Discord. probably a debate of sorts or something. That's very common.
Tell me then, what do you believe it is to be a warrior?
It is to hunger for combat, to seek solution with the sword. Do you disagree?
Had you asked me when we first met, I would have said the same. Now, I am not so sure.
Think on it, then.
This song is also really cool, and it just ended. Okay. It's still really cool. Here's another interesting... I probably should have said that with all the speed kill opportunities. We saw the the puzzle ones. Let's see. Does he turn around? The red guard does not look like it. Okay. Oh. I was gonna do the knockdown trick, but for whatever reason, it just does not register to the control, to at least my 360 controller. So I have to press R. So essentially, what it is like you guard, and then rewind. And part one is just the knockback, but you get an upgrade to it later, and that will insta kill. But it takes like 2 cent tanks to do. So it's OP with setback.
I think a true warrior fights for something other than himself.
And what of the man that battles to better his own station, to improve his lot in life? Often it is the only way to achieve greatness.
But what you describe is not a man. It is a monster.
I see.
We will have to continue this discussion later.
That really should have been a double. But whatever. It is all the same in the end. This is an interesting... I gotta stop saying this is an interesting one. Even though technically they're all interesting. mini boss fight time. Fight, not fought. I say mini, no, he's basically a boss fight. Because no health bar. And that's that. And he's like a Chariot 2.0. Like Chariot race number 2. But unlike the first one, I have infinite sands. It should not have happened. Ah, here we go.
Shall I continue my story from here if you are called away?
Did I mean, normally the game will autocorrect like that. It still feels like I'm missing one. But at the same time, that would have been health and two health upgrades in quick sessions. Like very quick successions. And did we really need 2 save points so close to one another?
Should I continue from here when we return?
I mean, it. I don't know. I love this the speed to kill animation. And why have like yeah, the only thing I can think of that's of use for this little platform is a leftover asset. And that's the only reason why I can think of it's there. Same with the quick to save point spots. Yeah. No, too high, of course, yeah. I always get in this little area. It's okay. It does remind me of the first Harry Potter game on PC. Or maybe in Chamber of Secrets, again, PC version. Nice design features, of course. And yes, all that little platforming just to get up here. But that's the game in a nutshell.
What has happened? These people are clearly in danger.
Clearly in danger, so Dark Prince time.
How convenient. A burning building filled with helpless citizens just begging for rescue.
What do you mean?
I mean, it sounds like a trap.
Ridiculous.
Is it? If I was an enraged sand god intent on killing you, and you'd already slain 2 of my best lieutenants, I'd be inclined to try a less direct approach. Exploits your newfound compassion.
Trap or not, those people need
But how did the seer have known about the prince's news, compassion, and saving people? How? Oh, and to one-shot the dogs. As Light Prince, basically, you want to be guarding, and then when they're like feeding the sands, have to use the dagger against them. That's how you one-shot them as Light Prince. So there's that. Goodbye. Hello, goodbye. But I think you can do the dagger feeding, you know, the Light Prince trick as Dark Prince, but when the dagger tail method works just as fine, if not better, because it can execute it whenever. Yeah, why not go for that method? And there we go. Yeah. Very communicative right now. At this time. Normally around this time, like, no one's talking. Got me very curious.
I must hurry and find a way inside.
Have fun with that. You can figure it out on your own for once. I will play no part in this.
This, I'm gonna say it, is probably the most interesting one. Because we have two red guards, one right there and one can't really see right at all. And speed killing all of these guys going to be interesting because you have like no spot to hide. And if he's that dazed and confused, I don't think he would have the time to react. That's just me. Let's try this one again. There we go. And nope, aim. There we go. Yeah, I got this one in the bag. Just gonna wait to lower. Nope, okay. That's another little glitch. You have gained 200 cents. Oh.
swear I should resume the tale next time.
And I'm gonna call it end this end of the stream here.
If you require a break, by all means, take your time.